There are more women carrying firearms today than ever before. And picking out a firearm is something that you shouldn't do lightly, regardless of whether you're a man or a woman. And women have kind of made their choices on 5 different calibers. These are the most purchased gun calibers out there by women in handguns. These aren't necessarily my choice, although I think they're all exceptional choices. And these really aren't just for women. I carry many of these calibers as well. But these are the 5 that most women are carrying today in 2018. And I'm also going to say, before I give you these 5 rounds, that I always recommend that regardless of whether you're a man or a woman, you always pick what you shoot best, because shot placement matters. You can have the biggest round, and if you're missing your target, it doesn't matter. And you can have the smallest round, and if you nail your target right in the bright spot, it's always going to matter. Shot placement matters, so what you shoot best is the most important. You also must enjoy training with it. If you don't enjoy shooting it, you're not going to enjoy training with it. And in order to carry a pistol, you must train with it. And finally, are you comfortable carrying it? If you're not comfortable carrying it, you're not going to carry it. So those are the 3 things I'm going to recommend you start with. But moving on from there, here's your top 5 most selected ammo by women in 2018 to carry. Number 1, 22 LR. You have a 26 to 40 grain weight bullet depending on the round, giving off 130 to 200 foot-pounds of energy. And most 22 LR handguns that you would carry are a 6 to 10 round capacity, coming in as a revolver or a semi-automatic. Now personally, my wife carries a Ruger SR22, awesome defensive weapon. I also believe that a 22 LR is an excellent self-defense round. A lot of people disagree, and that's okay, but more people have been killed by the 22 LR than any other round out there, and that's got to tell you something. Number 2, the 380. The 380 is a 50 to 100 grain bullet, traveling at 900 to 1800 feet per second, giving off 180 to 300 foot-pounds of energy, and typically comes in 6 to 10 round capacity. A 380 is a great defensive round because it gives a little more punch than a 22, and typically comes in a much smaller package. Mini 380s are some of the smallest pistols ever made. Number 3, 38 Special. 38 Special is a 100 to 150 grain bullet, traveling at 900 to 1100 feet per second, depending on the round, giving off 225 to 500 foot-pounds of energy. 38 Special is almost always in a revolver and has a 5 to 6 round capacity. 38 Special is a great defensive round, and so many people are making really awesome smaller 38 Special revolvers that are very carryable. Number 4, 9mm. 9mm is a 115 to 124 grain bullet, traveling at 1000 to 1400 feet per second, giving off 350 to 460 foot-pounds of energy. And what you're going to find with a 9mm is there are so many different variations of guns that carry the 9mm that you can get a capacity from 6 rounds to 21 rounds. And you have a much larger variety of carry pistols in a 9mm than probably any other round out there. And finally, number 5, the 45 ACP. 45 ACP is a 150 to 230 grain bullet, traveling at about 800 to 1100 feet per second, again depending on the round, giving off 350 to 600 foot-pounds of energy, and typically comes in 6 to 15 round capacity, of course depending on the gun. So there you go. Those are the most used carried rounds by women today in 2018. I think they're all exceptional choices. I'm not recommending any of these necessarily for any woman or man. I'm just telling you that if you look at the numbers, there are more women carrying these 5 rounds than any other ammo out there. And I would have to agree, they're all excellent choices. So there you go. There's your top 5 ammo carried by women in 2018. If you like this video, click like and subscribe. If you feel called to support this channel through Patreon, our Patreon link is below. But the most important part of this YouTube channel is we take prayer requests, so don't ever hesitate to send that stuff in. Thank you for watching this episode of God, Family, and Guns. And as always, love God, love your family, and love guns.